भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः दयाकरं दयाकारं दान्तं धर्मप्रवर्तकं प्रणमामि दयानन्दं मदाचार्यवरं परम् ॐ गं गणपतये नमः ॐ गं गणपतये नमः ॐ गं गणपतये नमः. So we are going to study the Ganga Stotram. Ganga Stotram is a composition of Sri Adi Shankaracharya also. So many people think, he is only into non-dual teachings and he doesn't have any bhakti. So a lot of people accuse Shankaracharya like that he has no bhakti. But if you see some of these compositions he has done, the shlokas and stotras for various deities. So in any, he used to enter a temple, suddenly all these compositions used to pour out of him. And if you don't have devotion, you cannot compose like this. So Adi Shankaracharya also, had this overflowing bhakti, devotion towards various deities wherever he was, and especially to Ganga Mata. You'll see, the way he has explained the stotram as well. And this stotram it explains the divine nature of Mata, Ganga Mata. So people, how we look at it is what matters. So many people who come may just see a river, beautiful river flowing from the Himalayas. But for people in this country, many people, most people in this country, this is not just ordinary river. So we have heard stories probably from growing up as well, how she has flown from Swarga through the matted locks of Lord Shiva and she has come down to this earth. She is not an ordinary river. And Ganga also, in the shloka, he talks about the qualities, he talks about various aspects of Ganga Mata also. We also have learned that she protects, she purifies, she has all of this ability. When we do snanam, she is said to wash away all our papas. Whether that actually happens or not, we have no way of verifying. But people's belief also, even if she doesn't wash away papas, at least you get relief by taking the dip and seeing that something is protecting you. So she is in the form of a goddess for us. It is not an ordinary river. Ganga is also associated with many rituals, a life-giving force. So you see many of the major cities, religious centers, Varanasi, Rishikesh, Haridwar, actually Ganga ji flows through the various cities. So she becomes a very important source, life-giving source for many people and beings who live on the banks of Ganga, who actually take her as support for their livelihoods, lifestyles and everything as well. We know also that there are many functions that are celebrated here. We see that, I think Chat Puja, they do this in the north, and Ganga Dasara, they have these. So all of these, Ganga Dasara is when she is meant to have come down from Shiva's hair. So here that is also celebrated. These celebrations also very beautifully, she brings together communities. She brings together people. So she's also a symbol of unity, bringing together all beings, through her, basically her flow. And she's always flowing. You never see her stagnant, stationary. That she signifies the flow of knowledge. So Ganga is also equated with Jnanam. Jnana Ganga, you say. So she's flowing with, flowing with Jnanam. Okay. So with that, I will start the Ganga Stotram, and we will, again, you chant everything twice. So when you chant it twice, it will get in your system more. Some of you already know it, but then I will give the brief meaning, brief explanation of the verses. This is what they chant in the Patiji's ashram here as well. Most of the ashrams have Ganga Stotram, and also in our own Ganga Puja. Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange,
Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange, Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange,
Tribhuvana Tarini Tarala Tarange,
Tribhuvana Tarini Tarala Tarange, Tribhuvana Tarini Tarala Tarange,
Shankara Mauli Viharini Vimale,
Shankara Mauli Viharini Vimale, Shankara Mauli Viharini Vimale,
Mama Matirastam Tava Pada Kamale,
Mama Matirastam Tava Pada Kamale, Mama Matirastam Tava Pada Kamale.
Together, Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange, Tribhuvana Tarini Tarala Tarange, Shankara Mauli Viharini Vimale, Mama Matirastam Tava Pada Kamale. So, what does this verse mean? Devi. Devi comes from the Deva, Devi, all of these words come from the Sanskrit root div, to shine, to be effulgent. So she is Devi, she is Sureshwari. She is the Sureshwari means the one who impels the gods, the one who directs the gods. She is that celestial river from the heavens. So she's not an ordinary river, she's a celestial river that flows from the heavens. Devi Sureshwari. She is also Tribhuvana Tarini. Tribhuvana Tarini. Tarini means the savior. She is the one who protects, saves. What does she save? Tribhuvana. Three. English 3 comes from 3. 3 Sanskrit. 3 worlds. So the Bhuhu, earth here, Bhuvaha, intermediary levels, Suvaha, Swarga, all the 3 worlds, because she's come from there. So she protects the 3 worlds. Tribhuvana Tarini. And she is Tarala, Tarange. Tarala means always changing. I mean, if you look at Ganga, even if you focus at one point, I used to do that. Just focus on one. Even the way the waves break, over the rocks, always different. She's always changing, always moving, constantly. She is never the same. So she shows also how life flows. Life is always flexible, it is in flux, always changing, flowing. So Ganga represents she is pure, she is stainless. So Tarala Tarange, her waves are constantly moving, changing like life as well. And Shankara Mauli Viharini Vimale. So Shankara Mauli is the head of Lord Shiva. Viharini, she adorns the locks of Lord Shiva. She is like the jewel, the ornament in Shiva's hair. She is very beautifully, she's there in Shiva's hair, flowing in Shiva's hair. In fact, Bhagirathi had to do, Bhagiratha had to do, sage Bhagiratha, Rishi, he had to do more penance for Lord Shiva to release Ganga, because she got stuck there. She didn't want to come down. So she was flowing in Shiva's matted locks, and he had to do, that's why it's called Bhagiratha Tapasya, right? Because Prayatna, Bhagiratasya Prayatna, we say to the children, if you want to achieve success in your life, do tapas, do penance like Bhagiratha Rishi. So here she is Shankara Mauli. She is the one who adorns like a jewel in the locks of Lord Shiva. And she is Vimale. Vimale means pure. So Vimala means pure, stainless, untouched. Even though, we see a lot of things, she still remains pure. They've actually done tests. Westerners have done tests on Ganga water. There's absolutely no bacteria, nothing in that. In fact, good bacteria that helps. So people can't understand how it happens. We know it is because of divine grace alone. If you invoke the goddess in her, she will respond like the goddess. If you invoke her in some form, she will respond that way. So that everybody invokes her in the form of goddess. So, and the last line, Mama Mati Rastam Tava Pada Kamale. May my mind, Matihi, may my mind, Matihi, always rest Tava Pada at your lotus feet, Kamale. Because you're invoking, you're seeing her as the form of a goddess. May my mind always rest at your lotus feet. May it be calm. May it surrender to your lotus feet. So this is the first verse of Ganga Stotram. We'll move on to the second verse. Saves, she's the savior of the three worlds. Yeah, she's the savior of the three worlds. So she protects all the people in all the lokas, basically. Bhagirathi Sukhadayini Matas.
Bhagirathi Sukhadayini Matas. Bhagirathi Sukhadayini Matas.
Tava Jala Mahima Nigame Khyataha.
Tava Jala Mahima Nigame Khyataha. Tava Jala Mahima Nigame Khyataha.
Naham Jane Tava Mahimanam.
Naham Jane Tava Mahimanam. Naham Jane Tava Mahimanam.
Pahi Kripa Mahimam Ajnanam.
Pahi Kripa Mahimam Ajnanam. Pahi Kripa Mahimam Ajnanam.
So here the Matas Tava, it's Matas Tava. So it has to be chanted along. So it is Sandhi rule, no? Mataha Tava. Matas becomes Matas Tava. So the first line should be like Bhagirathi Sukhadayini Matastava Jala Mahima Nigame Khyataha.
Bhagirathi Sukhadayini Matas Tava Jala Mahima Nigame
Good.
Khyataha.
Whole verse. Bhagirathi Sukhadayini Matastava Jala Mahima Nigame Khyataha. Naham Jane Tava Mahimanam. Pahi Kripa Mahimam Ajnanam. So, Bhagirathi. She is called Bhagirathi also. Why? Bhagirata is said to have brought her down. So, born of Bhagirata is Bhagirathi in Sanskrit. And she is in Dev Prayag. So, Alakananda and Bhagirathi, they meet. I think in Dev Prayag, that's where the meeting happens. In Uttarakashi also, she is known as Bhagirathi. So, Ganga she becomes when they join, that is. So, it's given many names, Jahnavi, all of this, we'll see the names that she's given. So, she is Sukhadayini. Sukhadayini, very simple word. Sukha, we know, happiness. Dayini, the giver of happiness. In fact, Sukha, pleasure. She also gives pleasure. Watching her, does it not give pleasure? We have aesthetic pleasure, just watching her. Whole hours can go by and you don't get bored just watching what, That is why sadhus and sants and people just sit doing, and people think, oh, they're not doing anything. No, she absorbs, she has a power of absorbing the mind. And we saw in today's class, when the mind is totally absorbed, there's no seeking you. So she dissolves that seeking you and you discover sukha. So that is how she gives sukha. So Sukha Dayini, Mataha, mother, the mother who gives the sukha. Tava Jala Mahima Nigame Khyataha. So Nigama means Veda. So Mahima Nigame Khyataha, your glory has been described, has been unfolded, has been explained in the Veda. Not just the Veda, also in the Puranas. You find umpteen Puranas where Goddess Ganga is praised and her qualities are praised. So Skanda Purana, many other Puranas. Maybe we can find that Swamiji, who is taking Snanam daily, he's done research on it. So we can find some nice slokas as well, talking about the Ganga Mahima as well. So she's her, this Nigame, her Mahima means glory. Her glories have been unfolded in the Puranas and in the Vedas, and Jala Mahima, so the glory of her waters. Naham jane tava mahimanam. Even though they are unfolded, na aham jane, I don't know your glory. Your glory is beyond what I have heard. I have no access to your glory. Naham jane tava mahimanam, your great glory, I don't know, I'm ignorant. But despite my ignorance, pahi kripamai mama jnanam. Please protect me. So even though I don't know your glories, even though I'm ignorant, ajnanam, please protect me, the ignorant one. I still seek your grace. I don't know the full extent of your glory, but I'm still seeking your grace, your protection. Please, pahi kripamai, with your kripa, with your compassion, with your mercy, take pity on me, protect me, O Goddess. Very nice verse. All of them are nice. Hari pada padya tarangini gange.
Hari pada padya tarangini gange. Hari pada padya tarangini gange.
Hema vidhu mukta dhavala tarange.
Hima vidhu mukta dhavala tarange. Hima vidhu mukta dhavala tarange.
Duri kuru mama dushkriti bharam.
Duri kuru mama dushkriti bharam. Duri kuru mama dushkriti bharam.
Kuru kripaya bhava sagara param.
Kuru kripaya bhava sagara param. Kuru kripaya bhava sagara param.
Together. Hari pada padya tarangini gange. Hima vidhu mukta dhavala tarange. Duri kuru mama dushkriti bharam. Kuru kripaya bhava sagara param. So Hari pada padya tarang. So padya is, in the traditional pujas, Shodasha Upachara puja, we have a step padya. Padya is given to water to wash the guest's feet. So in puja, you are inviting Bhagavan or Devi, when you do puja traditionally, inviting them to your house. So in those days, Vedic times, how you used to treat VIP guests, you're treating the goddess as well. So as they come, enter the house, you wash their feet. So Padya is water offered to the feet of the guests. So Ganga, so the story here, he is mentioning Haripada Padya, the Devatas, the gods, Devatas, Devas, they offered Goddess Ganga as the Padya, the water for Lord Hari. Haripada Padya Tarangini. So she is praised like that. You are the Padya, the offering at the feet of Lord Hari, Lord Narayana, Lord Vishnu. Devatas did puja to Lord Vishnu using Ganga Mata. And Hima Vidu Mukta Davala Tarange. So Taranga is, waves. So the waves, you're full of waves. What is these waves? Tarangini, what are these waves that you're full of? What color are they? So they're like Hima. Hima, Hima means the color of snow. If you look, pure white, her waves break, white. So Hima, your waves, when they break against the rocks, they dazzle like snow. Hima. And Vidu is the moon. So they shine like that moon. And Mukta is pearls. So like the glisten of the pearls, like the snow in the mountains, like the moon, the full moon, you see that bright moon, your waves glisten here as you flow. So Himavidu Mukta Dhavala Tarange, they're always dancing. It's like she's dancing, When you look at her, she's dancing. Dhavala Tarange. And Duri Kuru Mama Dushkriti Bharam. Bharam is any kind of load, Bhara, some kind of heavy load that you're carrying. And what is this Bharam? Dushkriti. So Kriti is action. Du, if you add the prefix, anything du, Duryodhana, Dushashana, anything du, that's why children generally are not named Du, right? You don't call your son Duryodhana. I haven't heard anybody call Duryodhana or Dushashana. So Du is, Dukkha, anything associated, although Durga name is given, Durga is actually very difficult. Durga, the name itself, means very, very difficult to reach, very difficult to attain. So Du generally is considered not a very positive thing. So here, Dushkriti means that any result of negative actions. So Papa, he's talking about Papa. Papa karma, Dushkriti Bharam, my load of Papa karmas. What does she do? Duri Kuru, please keep the load of Papa karmas away from me. Please keep it at bay. Don't manifest it. So you're praying to her. If you have enough grace, we'll keep, because if you do some snanam, so I think this afternoon, hopefully you'll all jump in. So all your Dushkriti Bharam will be, kept away by Goddess. So may you keep away my burden, my load of this, all this Papa Karma, unhappiness. May you free me of that. Kuru Kripaya Bhava Sagara Param. Kuru Kripaya means, out of your infinite compassion, from your compassion, please, you make me, Apara means this boundless ocean of Bhava. Bhava Sagara means this ocean Bhava of becoming. Bhava means becoming. Comes from the Sanskrit root bhu, to be or to become. So as we saw in the class, this life of becoming is called samsara. So when anybody says, what is samsara? Samsara is not a perfume, it is a life of becoming. Life of becoming is samsara. So from this boundless ocean, this life of becoming, life of samsara, Kuru Kripaya, you free me, please free me from this. Bhavasagara Param. Tava Jala Mamalam Yena Nipitam.
Tava Jala Mamalam Yena Nipitam. Tava Jala Mamalam Yena Nipitam.
Paramapadam Khalu Tena Grihitam.
Paramapadam Khalu Tena Grihitam. Paramapadam Khalu Tena Grihitam.
Mother Gange Tvayo Bhaktaha.
Mother Gange Tvayo Bhaktaha. Mother Gange Tvayo Bhaktaha.
Kilatam Drashtum Nayamashaktaha.
Kilatam Drashtum Nayamashaktaha. Kilatam Drashtum Nayamashaktaha.
Whole verse. Tava Jalamamalam Yena Nipitam. Paramapadam Khalu Tena Grihitam. Mother Gange Tvayo Bhaktaha. Kilatam Drashtum Nayamashaktaha. bhaktaha. So, tava amalam jalam. Tava jala amalam. Amalam is pure. Again, amala, pure, and jalam, water. Tava jalam, your pure waters. What happens? Yena nipitam. Whoever has drunk from your pure waters. Some people actually, there is one Baba here, Babaji sits here. I don't know if they've seen. He doesn't talk, but he sits near the fence. Usually he doesn't, whenever you ask, do you want this, do you want, he'll always refuse. He doesn't want, he's just quiet. Doesn't say anything, has matted locks, looks very dirty and everything. But every morning I've seen him, he takes a cup, goes to Ganga and he drinks that water. He prays and he drinks. So here, people do drink from Gangaji. There's that bhavana there again. Tava jala mamalam. Whoever has drunken from your waters, paramapadam khalu tena grihitam. Grihitam means it is gained. What is gained? Paramapadam. Paramapadam is the ultimate abode. Ultimate abode is goal of moksha. The pursuit of moksha, definitely it is gained through, well, not just drinking of water, but it is praise of Ganga. So you're not all going to get moksha if you you might get moksha in a different way. but you have to, again, take it as a praise for Goddess Ganga. She helps to purify antahkarana. That is just the bhavana, the emotion that people have. So she purifies the mind, and then mind is conducive for discovering moksha. So it's your attitude towards her as the goddess. So tena grihitam paramapadam khalu, indeed, definitely. So he's added that there. Mother Ganga tvayo bhaktaha. So whoever has devotion towards you, whoever is committed to you. So devotion means what? Devotion means you see her as something special. You see her as something more than just water flowing. Devotion is always a bhakti. Bhakti is a beautiful attitude to have, because bhakti means that individual egoic self that you think you are bows down before something greater. It's actually a very beautiful practice. We don't say bhakti is the ultimate. We say it is a practice to achieve the ultimate. So it is the ego that is lessened in devotion. I bow to that Mother Ganga, those who bow to her, those who surrender to her, tvayo bhaktaha, kilatam drashtum nayama shaktaha. The glance, even the glance of Lord Yama cannot touch the ones who have surrendered to Goddess Ganga. Which means what? Doesn't mean you're not going to die. Physically, it is a law, we're all going to go one day or another. But she will remove the fear of death. You can see that most people here are not afraid, She removes the fear of death. You see cremations happening just down here, there's a ghat, moksha dham. You see the bodies being cremated. Once you see these things, you become immune. This is what is going to happen to this just 5 elements. It's going to go back to the cremation fire one day. So Yama cannot even look at the person who is devoted to Goddess Ganga, who is surrendered to Goddess Ganga. Yama cannot hurt him as well. So tava jalam amamalam yena nipitam. Then patito dharini janavi gange.
Patito dharini janavi gange. Patito dharini janavi gange.
Khandita girivara mandita bhange.
Khandita girivara mandita bhange. Khandita girivara mandita bhange.
Bhishma janani he munivara kanye.
Bhishma janani he munivara kanye. Bhishma janani he munivara kanye.
Patita nivarini tribhuvana dhanye.
Patita nivarini tribhuvana dhanye. Patita nivarini tribhuvana dhanye.
Patito dharini Jahnavi Gange Khandita Girivara Mandita Bhange Bhishma Janani He Munivara Kanye Patita Nivarini Tribhuvana Dhanye. So, Patito Dharini. You are asking her. Patito Dharini means, so Udharini is the one who lifts up. Udra, to lift up. She lifts up what? Patita. Patita means those who have fallen. So those who have fallen off the right path, those who have gone astray, those who have lost their direction in life, who don't know where to go. She is the savior for those. She is the one who uplifts those. Patito Dharini. And she is Jahnavi. Jahnavi is, Janu. There is another story where she floods the ashram of, when she's coming down to earth, she floods the ashram of a sage called Janu Rishi. Many of you may have heard that story. Who has heard that story? Janu, yeah. So she floods then what happens? So again Bhagirath does prayatna. He does this poor thing. He was doing tapas all his life, I think, because she's still not come. And because the sage, he drinks up whole of Ganga. So he doesn't allow her to flow to earth because he's irritated. She's flooded. And he drinks her up. And because of Bhagirath's again penance, tapas, his great intent to get Ganga down to earth, he releases Ganga through his ear. So sometimes when in traditional pujas, especially in south, you might see Sandhya and everything, when they do certain mudras, they touch their ears. Have you seen that? That is to represent Ganga flowing out of the ear. So this Janu, she becomes, because she is linked to Janu Rishi, she is released from him, she becomes Jahnavi. Jahnavi is offspring of Janu. So she is Jahnavi and Khandita Girivara Mandita Bhange. This is a description of her flowing from the Himalayas. How does she flow? She is the one, she breaks through the rocks of the Himalayas. Here he's saying, you are so beautiful when you emerge from the rocks of the Himalayas. You break through the rocks of the Himalayas. Bhanga means these broken waves. So she flows, we know, from Gangotri as the original source. She breaks through those rocks. Very beautifully she comes out, and her Bhanga, her waves are decorated Mandita, Kandita. Kandita means adorned. So they're adorned with decorations when she breaks out. So it's imagery he's creating. He's like upasana. When we do meditations, we visualize this poetry in Sanskrit and everything. You can't convey many times in English because it's, again, the language, Sanskrit language, lends itself to poetic expression. Of course, English also, 2 English teachers are here. English also is a very beautiful language, and there are many beautiful. So it's the imagery that he invokes. When you close your eyes, you see the beauty of her, breaking through the Himalayan rocks, coming down at Gangotri, and her waves are adorned with like jewels. So Bhanga, Mandita, Kandita, Bhange, and Bhishma Janani He. You are the mother of Bhishma, Bhishma Janani. So she is the mother of Bhishma, and she is the daughter of Janu Rishi. We just saw that. And Patita Nivarini Tribhuvana Danye. So this idea of this Patita comes again. Patita means fallen. And not just in this world. Those who have fallen in all the Tribhuvana, the 3 lokas, because the Devas also can fall. We think Devas haven't made it. Devas are just exalted beings. So when we talk about Devatas, Devas and everything, they also have their issues in heaven because they're always fighting. Indra's always fighting with the Asuras. They're having their own battles with each other. They have their own jealousies. Indra feels threatened by somebody on earth. He's going to get the position. So Devas doesn't mean they are enlightened beings. Devas means they have done so much punya in this level that they have gone to Swarga. But they still go with the smallness. That's what all the Puranas show. They still go with the feeling of inadequacy. So whatever they gain there, maybe they have more pleasures in Swarga. They have the Gandharvas, Apsaras, all Vimanas, all vehicles, all women, everything enjoyable, pleasures they have there. But they still have the same sense of smallness. So here she's saying that she uplifts even the people in the other worlds, not just this world. Those who have fallen into patita nivarini, those who have fallen into the ocean of samsara, because bhavasagara, that samsara ocean, very difficult to come out of by yourself. How will you come out? We are stuck in it, acting, result, then we drown in it. And then you're born, you take another body. This is how we take other body. Then you go through the same process again. Somebody has to come and save you, somebody has to pull you out, or some wave in that ocean has to push you to the shore, right? So that is why you're saying, patita nivarini, you are the one who can help us cross this bhava ocean, this samsaric ocean. So, patita nivarini, and she's a dhanye. Dhanye means you are a blessing for the three worlds. You bless all the three worlds. So, I think we will leave it here. We will chant the first 5 verses together. And you can also now, with maybe meaning will come to you. Few words. Not immediately all the words will come. But it's very nice to chant along with understanding something with the meaning. And when we have finished the stotram, what I usually do is to go there. We can stand in the Ganga and we can chant directly in Ganga as well. So last year we did that. So this year, March. Yeah. Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange Tribhuvana Tarini Tarala Tarange Shankara Mauli Viharini Vimale Mama Matirastam Tava Pada Kamale Bhagirathi Sukhadayini Matastava Jala Mahima Nigame Khyatah Naham Jani Tava Mahimanam Pahi Kripa Mahimam Ajnanam Haripada Padyarangini Gange Hima Vidhu Mukta Dhavala Tarange Duri Kuru Mama Dushkriti Bharam Kuru Kripaya Bhavasagara Param Tava Jalamamalam Yena Nipitam Paramapadam Khalu Tena Grihitam Mother Gange Tvayo Bhakta Kilatam Drashtum Nayama Shaktaha Dharini Janavi Gange Khandita Girivara Mandita Bhange Bhishma Janani He Munivara Kanye Patita Nivarini Tribhuvana Dhanye Jaya Jaya Gange Jaya Hara Gange 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 Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange,
Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange,
Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange,
Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange,
Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange. बोलो गंगा मैया की जय, सब संतों की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव। ओम स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः। गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं, लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः, पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी, देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः। ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः,
सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु,
मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवी, नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।